And what a weekend of sport we've got ahead of us. All bets are off. Time to make a massive leap forward in our qualifying campaign for the next World Cup in 2018. And of course, Sports 24's chief writer, the big cheese, Rob Houwing, is here. Rob, welcome back. Always great to connect with you.
Hi, Graham.
I think it really hit me this morning that the World Cup is just around the corner, and we have an opportunity to qualify, a very real opportunity to qualify. Don't shake your head. But a lot of people, I think, we haven't focused a huge amount on Bafana. Well, Stuart Baxter and Bafana have been rumbling on, getting those wins, starting to build momentum. Can we believe? Should we believe? Certainly against Cape Verde, we should believe.
Graham, I think we can. I think there's a nice vibe around Bafana at the moment. We know that Stuart Baxter is a very shrewd planner. I don't think he's going to fall into the trap of underestimating Cape Verde Islands. They're going into quite a different sort of culture for South Africa. Always challenging going to a venue like that. Mystery factor for a lot of the players. But I think there's a good maturity about the squad. I think a little bit of concern that Itumeleng Khune is not going to be there to sort of gee the troops up from the back. You know, he's a real sort of animated figure at the back there, not being there. So let's just be a little bit careful, but really I think we need to aim for the full house in this game in Cape Verde, and then of course the immediate follow-up on Tuesday in Durban. And I think most South African punters will be looking for maximum haul for Bafana to really put the pressure on in that group and make sure that they can get that vital top spot.
Yeah, we're sitting pretty in our group at the moment. We've got the wins under the belt already, and I think the main thing here is the team is gelling. As you say, there is a wonderful energy there. Dean Furman has been brilliant, the midfield maestro. But right across the board, I think there is a belief that we can do this. So sending all of our positive energy, because you know that it's going to be a hostile crowd out there tonight when they take on Cape Verde. That game kicking off at 8:30. A couple of other games. Ghana up against Congo. That's going to be a cracker. Nigeria versus Cameroon. That's going to be a massive showdown. Zambia and Algeria. That's tomorrow. And Gabon against the Ivory Coast also tomorrow. So then we move across franchises, across continents, across hemispheres to the Pro 14 competition. Completely new territory, certainly from a South African perspective. How should our two teams, we were talking that there might be a danger of thinking that this is a competition for the almost rands because we've taken the Kings and the Cheetahs, who are noticeably chopped out of Super Rugby and thankfully got this wonderful platform. How do we feel about the Pro 14? We are battling some of the best Northern Hemisphere sides and a lot of South Africans in those sides.
Absolutely. You mentioned that. I mean, the Cheetahs immediately kick off against Ulster, who have got 5 South Africans in their pack. So, in other words, a dominant South African presence in their Irish pack. So you can hear a few Afrikaans line-out calls, perhaps, a bit of confusion maybe, but it'll almost help them feel a little bit at home. It's going to be very tough for them. Don't forget, Northern Hemisphere heading towards that sort of, the colder season there, although it shouldn't be too bad yet. It's deeper in the season that they'll find it more of an issue. We've got to remember, though, the Cheetahs and Kings are coming out of they've already had a long season. They weren't expecting initially to go straight into a new competition at this time of the year, when a lot of our players would be starting to think about sort of winding down and thinking beach.
Recharging the body. And this, I mean, it's only going to culminate next year. Massive rounds, 21 rounds in it there. It culminates next year. Just looking at that Cheetahs outfit, Opa Mahoje, Francois Fenta not there due to injury, and of course Francois getting his Springbok call-up, so congratulations there. But a ton of Sevens players popping up in that Cheetahs outfit.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's the Cheetahs love to play running rugby, so the more Sevens players you infuse, the better the chance that they're going to stick to their culture. I don't see the Cheetahs deviating from their, run it from deep. Clayton Blommetjie is actually starting at fly half, which means that you know what statement they're making. It's all about running the ball, and they're not going to deviate too much. And I think that it'll be the Northern Hemisphere people will appreciate seeing a South African team that really has a strong sort of 15-man rugby ethic playing up there. We know that the game can be a little bit sort of slow and tedious in the Northern Hemisphere. I think the Cheetahs and the Kings potentially can enliven it a little bit and actually add quite a bit of value to that sort of Northern culture.
Oh, it's going to be an awesome weekend. Of course, a big congratulations to Michael Willems, who's going to be captaining the Kings there as well. But we want to hear those messages of support coming through for Bafana taking on Cape Verde today, later this evening, 8:30. Rob, thank you so much, sir.
Thanks,
Enjoy the weekend sport. Tough job he has.